of the MPGL series, and or I should say the season. It's part of the season. It is the grand finals, so the winner of this goes to LAN. Mott is having some stomach issues and diarrhea, so he won't be joining us here. But Brax is here. It's me and Brax. It's the dual offlaner cast. And how's it going, buddy? How you doing?
Good, good. They're stuck with us. I feel bad for them. But Jenkins, if I'm new here, you know, and I'm only tuning in for the grand finals, what is the MPGL Asian Championship? What does MPGL stand for?
It's a great question, Brax. Let me go ahead and just think about that for a second. Just ignore the clicks on my keyboard here. And
I'm doing the exact same thing.
There's so many letters and numbers and PGL. I know that's a I don't know, Malaysian.
Don't worry, I got it. It's the Mineski Pro Gaming League.
Mineski, oh, of course. They're hosting Mineski TV. That makes a lot of sense. I know these guys did the Manila Major or the Manila Masters. So this is a big organization. They're big boys. They do a lot of good in the SEA region. That's for sure. I just don't know what the letters stand for. You know, what does BTS stand for? What does BTS stand for? You know, who knows?
It's a K-pop group.
Behind the scenes. You know, behind the scenes of K-pop. What is it? Nobody knows.
I actually don't. Oh no, it's Bangtan Boys. We should ignore that one.
That's BTB.
Wait, you're right. That's what it says.
Huh.
Yeah, BTS, also known as the Bangtan Boys.
I do hear they do a lot of banging over there.
Oh yeah, it actually is beyond the scene.
Well, there's this one time that I was like 3 or something like that. We had lost to North American Rejects. I don't know if you've heard of them, but we lost to them. And so I was just, you know, in California. I was creeping outside the window of BTS, and like I said, lo and behold, you know, they're called Bangtan Boys, and there was a load of banging going on. I could hear it. And it was weird because I didn't see. Okay, actually, I'm not gonna go into this joke any further. This isn't like my stream or your stream.
We just started. You can't open with this.
I can't.
This is how you close when no one can leave.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Right before the last team fight of the game's coming up.
Exactly. It's getting like extremely exciting, and I just like make up this story about listening to peeping through the windows of the BTS house. Anyway, this isn't BTS. This is MPGL Asian Championships, and we have a Tidehunter Mirana versus Bloodseeker Venge. Wow. What do you think of these heroes? I know you like the big watermelon. He's your favorite hero.
He used to be, but now he sucks. I like Bloodseeker. There's like, you know, when you go into a game and there's like all these cool fun heroes you can play, but then there's like the easy one that's gonna like win you the game with like minimal effort. That's Bloodseeker.
Oh yeah, for sure. I completely agree. I think Spectre is also in that category.
Yeah, just like Bloodseeker, Spectre, Omni Knight. These heroes like fit that category. Where
they kind of
press your buttons.
Right, they play themselves. It's like, okay, well, you just go and press your buttons, and they'll play themselves. Something like Mirana. Well, maybe this is just because I suck ass at Mirana. I know you're a really good Mirana player, but Mirana, I feel like that's not a hero that plays itself. Like, at the very least, from my personal experience, I am terrible with that hero. I guess it's probably different since the buffs. I haven't really been playing it since the attack speed buff, but it really feels like with that hero, you have to kind of, there's a little bit of finesse to it. As opposed to
definitely
the Bloodseeker. Man, even Tidehunter I kind of feel like doesn't play itself compared to like a Bloodseeker.
Tide's hard to play because you're strong, but then everyone runs away from you, right? And then you spend like half the game trying to find that team fight you can just never get.
Oh my god, dude.
Have you ever seen a bad Bloodseeker? Okay, you probably have. But this hero does play itself, right? It's super, super strong.
I've seen a lot of Bloodseeker players that when Bloodseeker gets nerfed after the patch, like immediately they're just 200 rank below what they were. Like they go from top 100 to like 350. I don't even remember the Bloodseeker players that were. But last time this hero was like this scourge of NA servers, there were so many people that were just spamming Bloodseeker, and now you don't even know like who the hell they are because they're all rank 500 or something, even though they were top 100. That's how much the hero plays itself.
They all just disappear off the face of the planet. They lose 1,000 MMR.
They do, man. It's because you can kind of pick this hero in any scenario. Like, when are you not okay having a Bloodseeker on your team? I feel like no matter what in the current meta, like this hero is going to do fine.
Yep, and he actually plays in all 3 lanes too. So
Oh yeah, yeah. You could even
fantastic.
play him off lane is like the ridiculous thing. You pick something like a Tide, like you know the Tide is going to go off lane. Although I do see some people running it as like a support, but it's kind of this stupid edgy support that hasn't really been working that much. I don't know.
That's like the player that doesn't really want to play support, so they end up picking Tide Hunter trying to make it work.
Oh, dude, I know. Dude, that's like every support player in North America. It's like I'm a better core than my team. If I was core right now, I'd be winning this game for my team. My core suck. When really it's just like, nah, dude, you suck. You just suck. You know, that's how it is. That's every NA support player. They're picking the Tides and like the Nature's Prophets and like the Magnus supports and stuff like that. So useless. Those are all the junglers too. When jungling was a thing, people were picking jungle. Fuck those people, man. No junglers in this game, though.
Iron Legion commanders.
Oh, Jesus. Thank God that's over with. Oh, Treant Protector. I love that hero. I think that hero's a really good 5 roll. I think he's a decent 4 too. I think that hero's insanely good.
I do too.
One of the few heroes that didn't get nerfed in the 7.18.
He's super good in lane, and team fights you have to have both BKB and Manta to actually play the game, or you just sit there the entire time.
Yeah.
He feels really strong.
It's pretty stupid. I kind of feel like ever since he got that the talent that adds like 2 seconds to his root, he's just this insane force in the late game. Like he's actually so goddamn annoying. I mean, literally permanent roots you. Even if you have a BKB, there's so many times where I've seen this hero like cancel a BKB TP on some guy that's just like in like 90% of situations that guy doesn't die, but you know, you can perma root somebody. Like if you catch somebody out with that, I mean obviously it's level 20, so it takes a long time to get there, but still I feel like if a hero's as strong as Treant in the early game and then he scales well into the late game too, like it's gonna be pretty ridiculous. And then like you said, yeah, the team fight coming from his ulti is just ridiculous. People don't even go Meteor Hammer on him anymore and it's still good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how the reworks to Treant, like it used to be about the armor, right? And then if you had something that broke through the armor, he was pretty useless. But now it's all about the root from the invis and the lane presence. I like it a lot.
Yeah. People basically like changed it up when they added an extra tick to the leech seed, and I honestly kind of I think that Dota's so weird because like this always happens, but I have a feeling that if people just were experimenting with that leech seed build before it even got buffed, it would have been really good as well. It just nobody did it because Treant has historically like always been about the armor. But that's just Dota. Like things are really, really good, but you don't really know about them until like everybody's doing it and has like the build down. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's so trendy. It's like you have to see someone good do it first before you think to yourself, "Oh, maybe this is actually good."
Right. Exactly. I mean, even like in the top players and stuff in scrims, like they won't necessarily. I mean, there's just not enough time to experiment with everything, so I can kind of understand it. Skywrath Mage, that hero got nerfed. That's a 90 mana cost on his. I saw Eric Dong played Skywrath Mage mid, and my Huskar was feeding him. So you know, maybe this is a mid Sky against the Invoker. No.
Have you seen a lot of the Thompson style Invokers, the Quaswex into the Spirit Vessel?
Yeah, that actually GeekFam won the last series that they played with that. I believe Fake Chuan has been playing the Invoker, and he plays it really, really well. Like, dude, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but it actually blew my mind how he was using the tornado like casually to get like 2 last hits and then to harass 2. Just the idea of that's like literally every single time the tornado was off cooldown, he was using it to get 2 last hits and then harass the Medusa that he was playing against. So I was sitting there thinking like, how does this hero do anything in lane other than like killing somebody? And then it's like, oh, he just spams out the tornado because he has the mana to do it now, I guess. I've just never seen that before. In like the previous iterations of Invoker, people were playing like the Quaswex, but you wouldn't really like you might do the combo to harass them, but it wasn't like you wouldn't do it while getting last hits. That's just like a new trend that seems to be really fucking good.
Yep, people are just getting better. You know what's funny is this version of Invoker probably has the most mana to work with like ever. Right, you have like increased intelligence or increased mana pool from intelligence since the stat changes and stuff.
No cost on Invoke.
Exactly right. No cost on Invoke. People are going like
and then
double null and stuff.
Technically too, if you get the double null and any sort of mana regen items, he gets 25% extra mana regen where other heroes wouldn't because he's an int hero too. So like that's a crazy amount of mana to work with. And then also, actually, that's really interesting that you say that, because then also technically EMP is better because a lot of these strength heroes and a lot of these which Invoker would typically be good against anyway, like Tidehunter, you can drain his entire mana pool with one EMP, but now they have less mana to work with because that's just how the stat change affected those heroes, is that everybody got like less mana, less HP unless you were the main stat, you know what I mean? So technically EMP is actually better. Spirit Vessel's obviously broken. That item's been insane since its inception, so obviously that's going to be a great item on that hero.
Yep. It's I like the Quas Wex style Invoker just because it is different, right? We're used to seeing the Invoker with Exort where he's pretty useless besides Sunstrikes for like 25 minutes.
Does nothing for the first like 18 minutes.
Yeah. And even when you get your items, then people have BKBs and you still do nothing for the next 20 minutes, right? Then you're sitting there waiting for BKBs to get to like 5 seconds or something. But this style of Invoker, when they just run around with Spirit Vessel, they're super tanky, they're super fast, and they can kill like anything in front of them.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Mott was also saying something about he was talking on the couch with like, I don't know, Cinder or some shit, and basically people were saying that people forget about the Quas regen and how much regen it really gives you in the laning phase. So like as long as you can go into the laning phase as Invoker and get some last hits, like if you do the tornado trick where you just tornado on every creep wave, you can get some last hits, then like he's not going to get harassed out of the lane, he's going to sustain. So if you throw any sort of like harassing hero against him, he's not going to give a shit. And obviously lanes right now are like, they're either like, there's the very rare kill lanes, there's sustain lanes, and there's harass lanes. Like that's how it is, you know. So
very true. Jesus, what's this hero?
Yeah, they've been picking this too. They picked this yesterday. I think GeekFam, I don't remember if they won with it or if they lost with it. I do remember one team picked it and then went some like useless Aghanim Scepter build with no Radiance and just like, oh man, it was like Tread's Armlet, Aghanim Scepter or something, and the Wraith King was kind of useless. But then I saw another team, I believe it might have been GeekFam. They went for like the typical Radiance build, and it was like very useful. I really think that you need a Radiance on this hero. I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think so. He gets kited so hard if you don't buy Radiance. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Circles around you. You know what's cool is not only the cosmetic, but the skeletons have been buffed so much. When you actually get the talents, they kill ancients. They kill the entire jungle. They like double your damage when you stun someone and bring them out. They're actually really good.
You think the skeletons are dank now? I'm not doubting. I haven't really seen it in action all that much. Like,
yep, they're really spooky and they dance when he taunts.
They dance? Oh my god, dude, that makes this hero way better.
You know, he had some. Oh, it's because they swapped. I was gonna say the
cosmetics
had such cool cosmetics, and now it looks like it looks so basic.
He does. This is. I don't know if I can fuck with this. This is ridiculous. What are they doing? What are they? This isn't okay.
This is just disappointing. So is this a Expert Invoker just because there's a Wraith King now from Land Sunstrikes?
I'm actually really confused because Chuan is not a... He has not been playing this Wraith King. He's been playing the... Okay, are they going to swap? What's going on here? Do they want the Invoker cosmetics?
They do.
Ooh, that is a... Okay. What's going on with my camera? Right. My camera's like floating around. Oh. Whoa.
Well, guys, welcome. This is a best of 5 between EVOS and GeekFam. Brought to you by us. Enjoy.
Let's see. What are the lanes like? Okay. Tidehunter, Treant Protector top. Tidehunter probably going to level Gush first in this lane. Because that's like quite a lot of damage. Probably. Quite a lot of damage with the Treant punching.
It's got 3 mangoes too, so we can just spam it.
Oh, yeah.
Also melees.
You like it? Do you like his starting items as a Tide player? Are you a fan?
I don't know. Every time I play Tide now, I'm like, I don't know what to buy level 1.
I also feel that way, but I suck at Tide, so.
Nothing feels good, but I guess this is okay. You can just spam Gush forever.
I've seen people do the double strength gauntlet into Soul Ring, and I kind of like that. It's like,
oh yeah, then you have like 900 HP.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's pretty cool.
Although he's probably like they can put on a clinic up here in terms of harass. I don't think a Wraith King Elder Titan does anything to this lane. In the bot lane, they have...
ET is always weird, right? Because of the Astral. Sometimes he comes into lane with like plus 60 damage level 1.
It is weird. Does that ward block? If that ward blocks, that makes ET a lot crappier, but...
I think it does.
Okay.
It's really... Yeah, it does. It does.
ET's interesting, though. It does right on the edge. Let's see. Any fights happening? No, it doesn't look like it. Skywrath PA lane. That is a wand lane if I've ever seen one. Good God.
Oh, and it's against Bloodseeker too. He's not gonna care too much about the harass when he gets a few last hits.
Yeah, I like.
This is like one of the best heroes to play against Skywrath and Warlock. Like normally those heroes are so difficult to lane against, but Bloodseeker just
yeah. I really like that. That's kind of how like the meta, at least in the qualifiers, it shaped up where people were picking like the Sky Axe BS. And then the response was like the Bloodseeker Warlocks, these healing heroes. And the response to that was like the Sand King Lesh heroes that would just kill, you know. But this is like a straight harass lane versus Bloodseeker Venge. I think the Bloodseeker Venge doesn't care unless they kill him really early on the Bloodseeker.
Yep. Interesting too. The Venge starts Terror just to push the wave, and then even Blood Rages the range creep.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's sweet. I see a lot of people fording the first wave too, just to push it, because a lot of people think that like if you get level 2 in a dual lane, you basically just win that lane. Which I mean, it makes sense. A lot of heroes get so strong at level 2.
Yeah, and at 2, that's when you can like push people off to deny creeps too.
Yeah, and then they get the advantage just builds from that. Elder Titan sees that the camp is blocked, fails the D ward. That sucks. Look at the range. Look at the range.
That's so sad.
Oh my God.
How does this mid matchup work, by the way? Mirana versus Invoker, they both have like 0 base damage.
Dude, I have no idea. That's a good question. That is an absolute. Or like a couple of offlane players just look at he's doing the tornado for last hitting crap. That I don't know, dude. It's so like simple, and it sounds like I'm being ridiculous by like pointing that out.
You're sarcastic and you're like flaming him. He's like, no way, he just tornadoed for a last hit.
But it's actually people just haven't done that. It's just something that people don't do. But it's like a consistent thing. Everybody's doing it now. Ooh, I missed a kill. Well, that was.
You're about to miss another one. Don't worry.
Oh no, I'm not. All right, got it.
There you go.
Got it. Bloodseeker Venge killing Skywrath. That is definitely what is to be expected. And now Wraith King looks like he's also going to die. Or does he? They're really diving this. He's gonna have Gush up soon. 4 seconds. No, they don't. They don't dive it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I expected this Treant Tide lane to do well. The Tide right clicks, or the Tide Gush with the right clicks. Ooh, is Tide dead?
You just jinxed him.
Oh my God. Whoops.
All right, well, that's a hard one to predict, right?
Sorry, buddy. Yeah. He a little aggressive there. A little aggressive. You know, that's what I was getting. Ooh, that is a okay. All right. There's a dead Treant Protector as well. What do you do when this happens? Now, Bloodseeker.
You just come right back.
You think so? You think that's the play? It's so hard.
You just come right back. No big deal.
Dude, it's a level 3 Wraith King though. Like the dual off lane it's ruined. It's in shambles. Elder Titan even got the D ward off.
Oh, that's upsetting.
That is.
That he actually was able to get the D ward off.
Yeah, it's huge.
I don't know. You have nothing really else to do, right, with this Treant Protector. It's not like you can go bottom and do anything. Actually, you could, but it's
maybe
essentially lane anyways.
Yeah, it's a good sentry placement. They just placed it too, realizing that he died. That's actually pretty next level. Well, maybe not next level, just like a heads up play.
Well, that's being next level. Using the brain.
It is.
It's a
Dude,
good thing.
It's hard to use the old brain in this game, man.
It is.
It's all impulse.
Something about this game just makes you turn your brain off.
I don't know what it is. Ooh, that is a lot of skeletons. Oh boy. That's
I told you, they're tough.
Oh, that is a Wraith King taking a lot of damage though. That Elder Titan has 86 bonus damage. I believe he might even kill Tide here. Oh no, his bonus damage wore off. Okay.
I saw the variant of it. Bloodseeker has so much damage because of that, and then they can just dive bottom.
Oh, they're not even.
They just right clicked each other until they died.
Okay.
It was nice. It was a gentleman's agreement.
You know, I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not expect this lane to have anything happen in it between the Invoker and the Mirana. I guess they are two heroes that have kill potential though. They like to threaten kills. At least Mirana does. I don't know anything about Quasvex Invoker, to be completely honest.
He kind of just hangs out.
Yeah, I thought he just chilled and then wanted to, you know, go for... I don't see how he killed Mirana. I mean, she got 3 leaps, you know? Oh, Treant is bot, so he is ditching that lane, as I think he should. Rune spawning. Maybe they can fight the Rune bot. Look at this ET
So
stacks.
whose lanes do you like better this game between GeekFam and EVOS?
Well,
I mean, obviously, one team has more kills.
I would say I like the bot lane from GeekFam, to be completely honest. I like that they have the sustain lane versus the harass lane, and I didn't expect the top lane to go so well for them, but like you were saying with the Elder Titan, like he actually was just beating the crap out of them with his damage, and then I think mid is a wash. So yeah, I mean GeekFam all the way, especially considering the top lane, how terribly it went for EVOS.
Yeah, they have like this one lane that's supposed to win, right, with the Bloodseeker, and then the top lane's kind of just like they're hoping to survive the early harass from the Train Protector.
Yeah.
And then they kind of messed up there on the side of EVO, so now they're winning all 3 lanes basically.
Yeah, it's always really convenient when that happens because then you win Dota. So you don't even need to play Dota for the most part.
That's when the game plays itself.
Yeah, yeah, it's very convenient when that happens. That is a lot of the safe lanes people are picking though. They've got this potential to win the lane. People are picking pretty strong safe lanes, Bane Maranas and stuff like that, or Elder Titan, Wraith King.
Yeah, it's a dual melee lane against ET. Like you have no hopes of being able to.
But then again, it is a dual melee lane against Tidehunter as well. Like you'd think.
Yeah.
You'd think that there was. I don't know. I would not be. This is like a hard lane to predict too. I would wager that if you run this lane like 10 times in a row, it's probably 50-50. Or maybe even favored towards the Treant Tide. It's just a Bloodseeker on the bot lane, diving too far. Does Avenge die too? It's looking like it, but so does Sky. Alright.
He goes out like a man.
He does. He does. I think he needs to be there for that kill though, so. I don't know, this top lane is confusing me. I just have this like this itching feeling that Treant Tide should really do like extremely well against like a 0 armor Elder Titan and then Wraith King.
Yeah, I think especially early, right? That's when they're really strong. But then when Wraith King actually gets levels, then it gets a bit harder. Then you have like 2 stuns to work with, and then Wraith King goes 6, so you can't actually like dive him super hard or anything.
Yeah, it's like there's like these timings where you need to take advantage, or else it's just favored towards the other lane. When I was on Kingdom, before I got embarrassingly kicked while I was at the team house, we were doing drills, and actually, speaking of drills, the Skywrath Mage is getting drilled in the bottom lane.
Oh boy.
But so is Elder Titan. I think it's really bad if he dies to the PA, and he does not because he has wand charges. Anyway, we were doing drills, and we thought like particular lane matchups were going to go some certain way, and they did when we played it in the way that we thought it was supposed to be played. But then I would, like we did like Void versus Mirana, like who do you think wins that? We kept like trading evenly, like doing different things in each game. Like I'd build into an Orb of Venom first on Void or whatever, and then it was so weird. But just basically, like we realized, okay, if this person builds these items to start, build this, and then they tried something else to counter that in like different play styles, and we actually went like 50-50 in those lanes, even though it was kind of like an argument at first where both parties thought it was like decisively towards one of the other heroes. It's just interesting how it works like that in Dota. Like very, very small things can really affect these lanes, even if it's just like starting items or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's assuming like a pure, 2v2 or 1v1 or whatever, though, which obviously isn't the case in most games.
Right, you're expecting no shenanigans.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that is a poor dead chicken. Oh, man. That's a pretty strong combo. The Venge Elder Titan, like, they hit very, very hard. With the minus armor, double stun, that's crazy damage.
Yeah. They can kill pretty much any hero. Wraith King's just resorted to jungling pretty much, but down bottom's where all the action's at. But it's scouted by the Train Protector, a white mod. What a name.
It's like that anime that I watch called Digimon. Have you heard of that? There's like a rip-off one called Pokemon. It's like he's one of those.
I think I've seen that cartoon before.
It's actually a Japanese cartoon, which is an anime.
Okay.
By the way.
Sorry, uneducated here.
The thing is I'm cultured, so that's something that I understand deeply at a deep level.
Well, that's good.
This Invoker Mirana, they're hitting creeps. Invoker's losing, it looks like, ever so slightly. Although he has 19 denies, that is a lot.
That sounds like winning.
Mirana has the XP advantage though. Ooh, that is a Bloodseeker Rupture. I do not think he survives this. I think he just chaoses with the tornado. Yeah. Oh, but the
Yeah, he's alive.
raindrop saved him, and the Bloodseeker died to the tower. Okay. He died off on the side. Like he did like a drive-by, ran by, and then fucking got slammed by the tower.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably not how you thought that was gonna go.
No, that was supposed to be a sick lane rotation. It's like, hey, I'm going Amarana! I'm going Amarana! Oh, I'm dying to tower! I don't even kill
That sounds all too similar.
Yeah, it's from experience. I'm a professional player. In the video game Dota 2. Treant? Sniping courier, maybe? No, it's like way too hard to kill now with how tanky it is. Takes 2 hits. People just ford it.
Yep.
Dude, there's so many people in this bot lane. It's just a try.
It's just a complete stalemate, though. You've got so many people here just watching each other. Treant has level 6. Can they actually... Oh, right,
Elder Titan has level 6. Oh, Invoker's TPing bottom lane. Bloodseeker uses Bloodright. Kills the PA. That guy's for sure dead. Can they get anything else? They're just ditching him. They're ditching their carry. Sounds about right.
Dude, this game's so weird. Wraith King's building Midas and Invoker's going Midas.
Yeah, that's what they do. The GeekFam they've been doing this. I think they just like they had this like team discussion and they're just absolutely sure that Midas is like the best item in Dota. Like as soon as the patch notes hit, they're just like, oh yeah, this item's broken now. Because they always
like, finally we
can
play Dota now by Midas.
Exactly. I think GeekFam actually was favored to lose. That's a weird thing to say, favored to lose. But I think that yesterday they were playing against like Taskus Titans, and Taskus Titans, at least Mott was saying, is typically considered to be the better team. But GeekFam, maybe they're right. Maybe they understand this patch better than anybody else. You know, building Midas.
I mean, they have a gold lead, and they made it through the lane phase with like a Quaswex Invoker, right, and Wraith King, and they're doing totally fine.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna hit the mid game with Midas's. It's just so weird. I mean, I guess Wraith King's one of those heroes, right? What else are you really gonna buy?
That's a good question. You kind of like. I feel like the hero's strong when he has like 5 items. Like then he's actually strong. But up until that point, he kind of just dies and then resurrects, and it's like, aha, you used spells on me. Now I'm back. You know. And it's like, all right, that was great. Good job.
Yeah. And these like 3 heroes in the Bloodseeker, Venge, and E tier are strong enough to fight like any hero on the map, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just do everything.
Ooh, that PA. Is he gonna get hit by that? Oh yeah, he is. Bloodseeker Rupture. Is he gonna Bloodright that? He has no mana for Bloodright. That's unfortunate. Although they got the PA with the swap.
Very nice. The Rupture swap combo.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Like you said, they can kill anybody. They just have so many spells they can combo together really nicely. Tidehunter getting focused top. He is mega dead, but also mega tanky.
This guy's not done.
Wraith King just beating the living hell out of him. Oh, finally. Finally, he dies. The watermelon's so tanky. Venge taking the middle lane. Getting some farm.
The farm, huh?
Makes sense. Yeah, that's my Trent impression. He's farming hard. Ooh, he's dead. He was farming too hard. Although Mirana's committed. He has 1 leap left. Can he leap out? Oh, he skilled the
nice
the armor,
tornado.
but he took it off. All right. Missed the. Oh no, he hit the dust actually.
I picked the dust, but he's gone.
He's just a speedy boy. Oh yeah, he walked by him. You saw him. Dust is wearing out though. It's a bit of a taunt. If Treant had a taunt, he'd be doing it right now.
Oh, he would.
It's cool that he skilled the living armor for that to try to save there. Is he gonna get the courier? They have to not be paying attention for him to get this courier. Yeah,
okay,
sounds about right. Okay. Oh, he's dead. Is he dead for that? Yeah, he's definitely dead for that. That is patch 7.18 in a nutshell. You cannot kill that motherfucking courier. I do believe this skeleton boy up top just resurrects. Although they do have a Ravage. Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
He's a tanky dude.
He is very tanky. That is 4 though.
All right, so Jenkins, it doesn't. I don't know. Obviously, I don't understand the hand of Midas, right? I've played Dota for quite some time. You know, I built a couple Midases back in my day, but currently in this patch, it doesn't make sense to gain an advantage just to give it back. Obviously, you're going to recoup some of that advantage later on with the Hand of Midas, since it has been buffed a little bit, right? It's like 90-second cooldown now. But you're playing the game with 2 Midases, right? Instead of you hitting this timing where you're really strong, like with Bloodseeker too, right? When you can just snowball super, super hard into the game, you're sitting back, hitting jungle creeps, trying to scale into the late game with your Hand of Midases. It just feels so weird because it's just like, this is not normal with how Dota is played nowadays,
it is,
right?
It's pretty weird because, I mean, the mathematical argument from like a very simple standpoint is pretty obvious of like, oh yeah, it literally gives you extra gold. I guess if you can fight, you can fight, but it's exactly like you said. Like I think they just fight better with other items, and then they gain a huge advantage that would equate to more gold than the Midas, than what the Midases would give them. Like they're giving the enemy team a chance basically by getting those Midases, because they have a 4K gold lead, but that's 2 Midases right there. As I say that, it doesn't matter they have Midases because they kill the PA top. But
I agree though, because like when you watch the true tier 1 teams, right, like VP and Liquid and stuff like that, Ramses and Matamba, man, these guys are building first item BKBs. They're going like Mask of Madness BKB, then they take over the map, and then they farm like 70% of the map instead of like 40% when you have your Hand of Midases, right? You're not farming your own jungle. You're farming the enemy jungle and pushing waves
that's a really good point. Like basically you're saying that it opens up the map because you're able to safely farm. And because you're way stronger than them, so they're obviously gonna have less map control because they can't fight you. Yeah, you know that makes a lot of sense. I completely agree with that. But I can see how they fall victim to the idea that like, oh, this is like mathematically really viable right now. Whereas like, okay, we'll just pick up, let's say you pick up like a Solar Crest and then plus like an Orchid in the place of like a couple Midases. Well, all of a sudden like Mirana can die, PA can die really easily. Tide's not gonna get the Ravage off. You can be hunting on Invoker in the woods, which makes the map smaller, which means that you can have Venge taking a lane while Bloodseeker and Wraith King are jungling. No, I totally agree with you. Actually, I do think that Midas is probably. Then again, like, I guess if you're playing in a like not at a tier 1 level where there's a lot less punishing happening for a lot of your mistakes, then a Midas might be stronger. Does that kind of make sense? Like,
yeah, you have more time to like keep farming instead of like have to react. You know?
Yeah, like it's not gonna
you're
get
not gonna
punished.
get abused for like not hitting your timings or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like if you play like a tier 1 team, I mean, playing in like the goddamn closed qualifiers, like playing against Optic, it's like, okay, well you like fuck up one thing and they just will take over the entire game. You know, it's much different than playing in the open qualifiers where you can just do whatever the fuck you want basically and win.
This is like the best case scenario for double Midases, right? You have a 5,000 gold lead, you're still like farming a lot, and it's not like the enemy team can push very easily, but well, smokes break, Tide has a heist bottled.
He has Ravage.
He actually do anything though.
He's Ruptured. He has Mac.
He's got no mana.
He has no mana. This is actually... Oh no, he's got mana. He's got mana now. This is an interesting... Oh, he's got a mana again.
Oh boy.
This is a weird fight. It's a very weird fight. Okay. Well, they're chasing up onto the high ground. He now has Ravage, so if they do commit on GeekFam, he can Ravage them. That was a very weird engagement. I'm going to go completely honest. They're losing the mid tower.
I completely agree. Right, this is a 4v5 engagement into a Tide Hunter with Ravage. Chasing into him is definitely not the play.
Well, you're also fighting at your own tier 1, which means they just lose the tower now. And that's a tier 1 that's protecting Roche. So that was definitely a little... I guess they just weren't expecting to run into the Tide there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, they chose to take the fight afterwards, right? Like Bloodseeker charged in with the Rupture, trying to melee the Tide Hunter, who's never gonna die like that anyways.
Yeah, he was. He really thought that he could kill him. I saw it in his eyes. He ran right in.
The game's about to change, Jenkins. Wraith King, he's only a recipe away from Radiance. That's when he's actually useful and strong in team fights. Invoker has Spirit Vessel. This item's crazy good, by the way.
Oh yeah,
it's so strong.
He has the cold snap damage or the cold snap cooldown reduction too, so he can just constantly use the Spirit Vessel with the cold snap.
No, when I saw that talent, I was thinking, are people really gonna get this over the +1 Forge Spirits? Because that thing, like, it pushes the waves without being like in danger, right?
Yeah,
being able to have
strong.
some summon push out a wave is like super strong in these games when you're like playing off map and you're just trying to like shove these waves so you can actually go do things. But 8-second cooldown on cold snap is insane.
It is pretty crazy. I guess it like if you think that you're okay in terms of lane shove, then you know you may as well go for that cold snap reduction because it is a lot. So I imagine that a lot of Invoker players will still continue to go the Forge Spirit just if they think they need that lane shove. But like you said, yeah, I mean, if this was a tier 1 team versus a tier 1 team, lane shove is obviously way more important because, yeah, I mean, it just is because you're.
It is super important, right? It's something that you can't like really you can't measure how important it is in an actual game because it's not something flashy you see on the map. You know, it's just a lane pushed, but that single lane being pushed gives you so much information to work with. But I was really curious to see, like, I want to see like Thompson. You know, he's I would say he like popularized this pretty much, bringing back the Quaswex with all these funky builds. Like sometimes he plays with like Meteor Hammer and all this random crap, but he makes it look really cool and good. But yeah, I don't know. I want to see how good it really is, because when you go for this build, you don't really have levels in Exort early on, so you don't get that lane push very early on, anyways. So it makes sense that way.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those heroes that I feel like it can fall off tremendously if you don't do a lot in fights and in ganks with the Quaswex Invoker. Like there's no flash farming with Quaswex Invoker, you know. There's no like shoving in lanes and split pushing with Quaswex Invoker. You're basically just a team fight hero.
That's very true.
And a ganking hero, which is, although that is a lot of damage coming from that siege creep. Alacrity's still good. Oh my god, Bloodseeker.
Just melts.
Yeah. They're committing hard. Oh my god, is he gonna survive? He did. Wait,
I don't know how, but just dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead. That is a dead Bloodseeker. Treant caught up in the top left. They have no detection, so. Oh, he does have detection on Elder Titan, actually. He just let him live. Oh, wait a minute. Let him live. What am I talking about? Team's nowhere near. Oh, Miranda died in the mid lane.
Yep, Wraith King was actually standing in that exact spot, like where she TP'd, and he just died to the skeletons. I told you, these things are tough.
Did they double stun with the Venge? Or Cold Snap or something? What?
No, it was just Wraith King. He crit him.
That's pretty intense. What did he go for? He went for the 15 strength.
Yep.
Oh, does Tide die here? He definitely has no mana, that's for sure. Wraith King has ulti. I don't think he cares if he gets focus here. He has a Radiance.
Yep, definitely not. He can just sit there and front line forever. So PA went for Vlad's, by the way.
Huh.
It's 2018. I don't know when the last time you saw Vlad's was, but
I've never seen that in this patch, or the last one, or the last one, or the last one.
Maybe it's good.
Let's see. What did they change about it? Just gives more mana regen, right?
Yeah.
He went for the 150 health too on PA instead of the damage, so he's very tanky. But I guess Mirana's doing a lot of the damage, so just frontline or something. But you have a Tide. He has been frontlining, but then again, he's been getting all of his mana drained too. So
I don't know. Like Tide's one of these heroes where before you have Blink, you actually it's super hard to get Ravage off, right? You're just like this meat shield in the front, and you need people to dive into you, or you're never gonna get Ravage off. But in a game like this, where you get Ruptured and you have to stand still, or when you get like Tornado EMP and you just sit there with no mana, it's miserable. I've seen like what, one Ravage this game. That's it. You just can't get him off in fights.
It does feel a bit useless. Just and it's not even a player thing. It's like exactly what you said. It's just a really hard game for him. He's doing what he's supposed to do, which is frontlining, but against Invoker, he's just getting all of his mana drained. Wraith King is now level 18, so they really want to fight this. Trink gets caught out. Dust comes out. He is dying to the Radiance for sure. And that is just a Treant pickoff. So that's I mean, that's all right, but they are losing the top tier 2. So this is one of the issues with like responding to things. I mean, obviously somebody needs to respond to this tower being pushed. You know, you don't lose the tower if you don't have to, but they do kill the Treant, but they get nothing for this. It's just a Treant kill. And
exactly right.
And now
killing the Treant's not actually good for you.
Not really. Not really. That's just Dota. That's how she goes sometimes. Because now EVOS has this entire bottom lane to farm. Like they've got such an open map because of that. The Wraith King's heading back down there. I like this play. I like that he's heading down there.
Yeah, Wraith King can play pretty much anywhere on the map because it's so hard for EVOS to go on him. They have to commit huge spells to do it, and it's going to take them a really long time to kill him. So they should be able to respond every time.
Yep.
EVOS slowly, like,
ooh,
the gold lead is...
6k gold lead. Do you like the smoke?
It's interesting. They're going to get wards done, right? Yeah, Venge has an Observer. I think it's good. They know that nobody can really mess with the Wraith King, so we can like push these lanes out really freely.
And you would think that they're behind the Wraith King, right? So
Yeah,
so
ideally,
this is like
that's what you would assume.
So they're gonna go try to take Roche because they think the Wraith King is not gonna be alone, but he is. Oh no, they know. They know GeekFam's there. That is a Rupture on a Lincoln Sphere. They have no Rupture for this fight. Guess it's not that big of a deal though, because your Radiance is huge, or your Wraith King is huge. I guess he is kind of just a Radiance, a walking Radiance that gets kited and then respawns. So maybe that was like a Freudian slip.
Underselling him.
Oh, true. He does have a stun, and he gets the bottom tower for free. I mean, they know he's completely alone down here, so...
Yeah, they just saw everyone, so he could die twice.
He's definitely going to die twice here. They're absolutely taking advantage. But the thing is, like... Dude, I'm telling you, I'm making a video right now called Creating Space versus feeding. I think this was a good death. I think this was actually a good death. He got the tier 2. He forced all of them bot. And maybe GeekFam didn't get too much out of that. What did they get? Did they get a... okay, so they got the bottom tower. Bloodseeker got some farm. Oh, they got the mid tier 2 as well. Almost. So...
almost, yep.
I don't know. Is it worth it? Because he is like the highest net worth hero in the game.
I think it's worth it. For like the Wraith King for a carry, it's worth it, right? If this is like your offlaner who's like, you know, middle of the pack in net worth, when you lose like your true one position hero who's top of the net worth, that's when it's a bit of a problem. But
yeah,
they make it less bad by getting a lot out of the map, right?
Yeah, that is true. But it looks like you're right. Like if you look at the gold advantage, it's gone down since he died. And it's not like it went down as soon as he died. It's gone down because they've been able to take more off the map. Even though they lost a tower, they still have they've still got a little bit of gold out of that. So yeah, you're right. Wasn't worth it for the Wraith King. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right about that. If that's like an Elder Titan or like some, I guess Bloodseeker's the offlane. If that's a Bloodseeker, then like who cares, you know? But Wraith King's a big boy.
Yep, he is indeed.
Now it's back up to 8K though.
Alright, so Tide has a Blink, PA has BKB. They have their... This is pretty much their timing where they can fight, but do they want to jump Wraith King? He's got his ultimate again. This looks like a huge mistake.
I think this is exactly who they want. The GeekFam wants people to go on the Wraith King. Oh yeah. Oh, that is a nice Ravage. Just a 4-man Ravage into Arrow.
Boy.
But the Earth Splitter is pretty huge too. It's on 2. Oh, that is a disconnect from 4.
Whew. Well, they had a 4-man Ravage into a disconnect.
That's honestly quite the play. Quite the play, given that he's disconnected. So this has been Skywrath Mage microing all of them, and that was all of his play right there, which was really sick, to be honest. That's definitely unfortunate. I actually kind of feel bad for them. Disconnecting at this moment is awful.
Can you imagine like the roller coaster of emotions the players are going through? You know, when Ty's screaming about his 4-man Ravage.
Oh guys, I got the Ravage! I got the Ravage! I got the 4-man! Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. You know, if GeekFam were good sports, they would just let EVOS walk out of this one. But that's the thing, they aren't.
So?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's like unheard of.
Yeah, nobody would do that. Nobody would ever do that. Well, they killed the Venge. Venge buys back. Time Tundra getting focus. He has no Ravage. He's probably gonna die to that tornado. That is only a 2-for-1 in a buyback, so that's actually not that bad. Even though they all disconnected. I'm trying so hard to play by play, but it's not easy, man. Jesus Christ.
You're doing great, don't worry.
Thanks, dude.
This is Rorschach material, right?
Yeah.
You use Ravage. You use all your abilities. It's time to just do Roche. It's
for sure.
So fast with Bloodseeker too.
They didn't even get the Wraith King ulti, so he's living life.
It's just so sad to like. It was good that they actually went on the Wraith King because it baited out the backline for that 4-man Ravage. But the unfortunate thing, of course, was that disconnect. But you know, it's nothing you can really do about that. Life goes on.
Yeah.
That's when you flame your internet provider.
Yeah, that's when you give them a call, and then you realize that there's nothing that the internet provider is going to do for you at all other than take your money and give you terrible service. So
that's right.
Wraith King is on his own down here, and they all are TPing in. They know that he's alone. Although maybe he kills his PA. Now it looks like he's dying twice.
Oh boy.
His team's not even trying to help him. He's just dead. He's feeding again. All right, Brax, was that making space?
So, I'm gonna go with no. A hard no.
Why is that again? Go ahead and
Well, he is the network leader.
Oh.
So you absolutely do not want to die because you will give away a lot of gold and map control to the enemy team. Like, look at PA. She can just cut these waves. She does not care at all.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
easy.
you're not in position to do anything about it, right? You're not trading for Roche. You're not trading for Tower. You're just hitting jungle creeps because nobody's ready for you to die there.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the Treant. Treant's even walking into the enemy jungle, getting some wards down, or getting some sentries down, I suppose. If only he had wards, this would actually be really nice. Ooh, he sees the courier, but I don't think he goes for it this time. He already made that mistake once.
Maybe on the way back he'll go for it.
Maybe. Will they notice this time? That is the question. I don't think he one-hits it yet.
No, he doesn't.
Although, maybe he does, because melee heroes have increased damage, right? He's 130. Yeah. So maybe
50%.
It would be close.
It's got 10 armor, though. Are you a mathematician?
Oh, it does.
Resistance?
Let's see. So 33%. So 50%. It does 50%. No, I think he wouldn't one-hit it. He'd barely just not one-hit it.
I think it lives by like 10 health. But I mean, we can just do the math real quick. Like 50% minus 33%, that's plus 17%. That's how this shit works, right?
Exactly. Exactly. That makes sense. So, probably wouldn't kill that courier. Actually, no, he would. He would mathematically with 130 damage. Anyway. Does the Quelling Blade work on couriers?
No. Actually, I don't think so, but I'm not positive.
I don't think it does. It works on Roshan, though, which is interesting.
It doesn't anymore.
No, they changed it back so it does.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. When it was percentage, they changed it so it didn't. But then when they changed it back, like 2 patches after they changed it back to do damage, it does damage to Roshan. So okay, hey, leave a Quelling in Roche if you're a Quelling carrier. That Treant Protector is scouted. And he makes them use some spells, so that's pretty nice.
Blasted by the Sunstrike.
Yeah.
Alright, so Midases are coming into play, right? 8,000 gold.
Yeah. Maybe this is why you build a Midas, because you realize you're playing against a Treant Protector. He's going to heal all the goddamn towers, and you're going to go late. Might as well have a Midas. It's a great argument, isn't it?
It is. Can't argue with that one.
Perfect.
If they didn't have Midases and they actually played on the enemy side of the map, I think they would have a lot more net worth.
I completely agree. The game might be over right now. Titus, no mana. Yeah, dude, he does have mana for Ravage now. He could Ravage this. He gets it off. That's a 5 or 4 man.
Alright. But that's it.
Wraith King uses ult. Bloodseeker ult on the Mirana. Most important hero, probably, to get that on, so that's important. PA needs to be careful. Really cool.
The Alacrity on the Siege Creep with Blood Rage on it.
Oh my god, that does a lot of damage. Let's see. Ooh, check that out, dude. It's like we're playing turbo mode. Except nobody's feeding or disconnecting. Wraith King gets focused. He has no ulti. He does have it soon. 18 seconds. Big Earth Splitter hits Mirana. She dies to 1 hit from the Elder Titan. Good god. That is a 324 damage Elder Titan, everybody. He's got a rapier.
Here come the skeletons, Jenkins, but they're farming the jungle.
Where are they? Oh god. Oh, they're going to siege. They're going to siege. All right. Check this out, Brax. Check out the split pushing going on. The skeletons. Oh, they're gone.
I like how they're intelligent. You know, they go down, but then they they hit the building, the little hut instead of the actual tower. They try their best, but you know, they weren't smart enough.
But that's damage. That's damage. That damage is never going to heal. That's 978 damage, and those skeletons have just been putting on a clinic in terms of split pushing. To be honest, more than the hero himself has been. In fact, I think they've died less than the hero split pushing. I'm just kidding. He's died twice. It's just fine.
All right. So, PA, she has Deso, but I don't think it's a game changer. She needs like Abyssal Blade and maybe one more item on top. How do they even fight? Like PA gets ruptured every fight. They can lead with like Tornado and ET Stomp, and then somebody has to BKB, and it's like it's really non-committal, right? They throw these spells from long range, and that's it. If they BKB, then they walk away. If not, then great. You know, they do free damage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much easier for GeekFam to take a fight compared to EVOS, because EVOS, I don't know how they take a fight. This Tidehunter is just flying in the air, mana burn every team fight. He never actually gets the Ravage off.
He is having a pretty damn rough time, to be completely honest. He's like ravaging out of necessity rather than ravaging when he wants to, when he thinks it's like a good Ravage.
Yep.
Like he hit all of them, but only because Ravage is such a huge AoE, and it was like the backlines. Like nobody was in position to do anything after the Ravage. Like it was a flashy Ravage, but it's only because it's a huge AoE. Nobody was there to do anything. So yeah, you're completely right. I guess what they probably want to do is just split the map, take picks until they can get back into the game. Like that's kind of always how I think about, okay, if we're losing, we can't fight them head on. We either need to do some like really sick smoke gank and initiate on somebody who's really, really important first, and then maybe you can win a fight that way. But I think with a 13k gold deficit, like you said, against these heroes, I don't even think if they get a pick off on any of these heroes that they can take the fight against the rest of them. So I think they need to split, which looks to be what they're doing. So like PA splitting bot, cutting the wave, Tide pushing top. It's like they have to do this. They have no choice really, because they can't fight. Treant dying. That's a feeder, Reno. Did he get a ward down though? Is that worth it? No, he did not.
He tried to kill a courier, but it lived with 10 HP.
Did it?
Yeah.
We were. Oh man. I think I said both ways. It would die, or so. Technically, I was right because I made both claims. So
That's true.
yeah. Here's a potential pick off. I mean, he'd have to ravage the Bloodseeker because that arrow is not going to hit him for sure. Looks like GeekFam is behind their Bloodseeker. God, I hope I'm not making people vomit with my camera movement. Ooh, nice.
I think
attempt.
You're doing great. I can't see it, but I imagine it's fantastic.
Thank you. That's
can't be worse than mine.
That's positive words of encouragement. If you were my parents, you'd be telling me that my camera movement is terrible and that this the choices that I'm making in life are just awful and et cetera, et cetera. But you're not my parents, so you're positively reinforcing me. I'm just kidding. I actually love my parents. That's awful. That's so awful. How's your parents, Brax?
You're doing great.
That's good. You see them? You see them a lot? What do you think?
I haven't seen them in a while.
It happens, man. Sometimes you don't see your parents.
They just go for milk and they don't come back.
Well, my dad was the milkman, so he doesn't need to go get milk. He's got a lot of milk going on. This game has become a bit defensive on both sides. They're just kind of chilling.
Yep. It's like the stage of the game where one team is clearly dominant, but they need Roche to actually end the game.
Yeah.
So they're just sitting, playing the map, waiting for the next Roche to spawn.
Yeah, makes sense. It is boring to play Dota this way, but a lot of the time, the best way to play Dota is pretty cut and clean. Is that what they say? It's just like, textbook Dota.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Well, we'll go with that one.
Sounds good to me.
Look at this guy. He's even split pushing in the bot lane. The double arcane bolts.
Star,
Hell yeah. He's owning. He has the Aghanim Scepter, actually. That's pretty important, I think. That item does a lot of damage. He's got the Ancient Seal cooldown reduction, too, so that's 2 permanently silenced people. Although, when you're dealing with 1 BKB, 2 BKB, 2 BKBs and then a Wraith King, I don't know if it matters that much if you're silencing people. So.
Yep, agreed. The Skywrath, though, when you get to like the super late parts of the game, he actually does a stupid amount of damage. Like when you look at damage charts with Skywrath Mage in the game, it looks like Zeus basically.
Yep, yeah, that is with these new talents and Aghanim Scepter and stuff, that's definitely accurate. Like this hero is just crazy. I feel like as long as you just get some sort of disable on somebody, Skywrath can kill almost anybody. It's almost like a team fight hero too. Okay, Treant's making a hell of a lot of space. Double dust on him. He just walks off.
He's the astronaut. So they do have the Ravage into Mystic Flare combo, right? That's
double Mystic Flare.
Double Mystic Flare, yep. That's one way they can actually win some of these team fights against BKBs if they can actually jump heroes like Invoker before BKBs come out, but it's not easy to do, that's for sure.
Ooh, that is a Cataclysm coming out. Why do you do that? Oh, he's trying to catch the PA.
Yeah, he was scouting with it. Pretty cool use. It's like a Zeus ult.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I'm really glad they added that to that hero, actually. I think that's really interesting. Like giving him kind of like an ultimate ability. It's like an ultimate.
Right. You have like this big thing to follow up team fights with, when you land a big spell like Ravage or Black Hole or something like that.
Man, I feel like with how it's been changed too, it's so much better than it was at one point. Like the what are they? The Sunstrikes are a lot closer together, and it just feels like if he does Cataclysm and your team is anywhere near each other, it's just everywhere on your screen, Like you have to be so careful. You're gonna hit about like 3 of them.
It just makes team fights so chaotic too.
It really does.
One stun on someone. It's basically Skywrath ult, right? You stun someone, the Sunstrikes come out, and people die.
Yep. Skeleton King might lose his ulti, but I don't know if he cares that much. If the Ravage comes out, maybe. Oh, he blinks. Yeah,
All right, well, he's going to back up for 35 seconds and come right back.
Yeah. That is one of the nice things about having a Wraith King on your team. It's pretty easy to siege. Just do this. Basically permanent Aegis. Who took the Aegis? Invoker? Oh no, Bloodseeker took it.
Okay.
I guess Invoker's pretty hard to kill in the first place. He's speedy, he's got BKB, Shiva's Guard.
The only way he dies is actually getting Blink Ravish, right? And with Wraith King in the front, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Wraith King has Ags, by the way.
Yeah, that's a build that they like to do on this hero. It's pretty good at 25 because you get the reincarnation twice with the Wraith Fire Blasts.
That's a good point.
So it's actually pretty cool. But I think without these other items, the eggs is kind of useless.
Uh-oh, here come the spooky skeletons.
Oh boy. Oh, and they're all dead.
Tried their best.
That's all that matters, really. That Skywrath is dead. There's no Ravage into Skywrath ulti. Oh, maybe.
There's a lot of damage coming out.
There's a lot of damage.
Right.
Invoker actually died. March
Okay.
died. Ollie is dead. Although the Wraith King ulti. Rana's looking low. Wraith King beating her ass. Kills her. Nice Earth Splitter. I don't know what's going on right now, but it looks like everybody's dying.
Live action coming out, Jenkins. It's getting crazy.
Oh.
That's all I got for you.
Thanks. That was hype, dude. That was hype. Wraith King has his ultimate again. So he is, oh my god, that is a dead Phantom Assassin. Bloodseeker somehow got a rampage while all this was happening. He's going to kill Tidehunter too because he took off the Kraken Shell. Does it work like that? I don't know, but I'm just going to say yes, it does. Bloodseeker's going to get triple rampage. Unless Elder Titan steals it. Dive that fountain, dude. I would definitely do it. He's about to die. He has a cheese, though. So he's going to get triple rampage. I'm glad I made everybody vomit from following him with my camera very poorly while
watching. He's running at 1,000 moves speed.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping the camera on him with the double click. I was just trying to move it manually. Okay. Okay, so GeekFam takes game 1.
That was like the best possible team fight. That was actually the best fight they had the entire game. Maybe they lost it right there, but they actually had a Ravage with damage follow-up. Invoker didn't BKB the Ravage, and he just died.
He died instantly, yeah, but he came back in. That's the buybacks these days. You just